How did you do it so fast? And how is it working so fast?
Because it's Adfast. A 5-star hotel would be the same price of a 3-star hotel. So what is 3-star hotel solving?
You're not just dancing around and trying to find a solution, but you actually know what you're solving.
The question, the philosophical question to you is...
Hi and welcome. This time we have a very special guest. This is Ori Yadgar, the founder of Adfast and the CEO of Upside Down Solutions. Ori, we have been actually having another episode just before this one in which Ori has been the host and I was the guest. And in this discussion, the link to the episode is in the description. So we in this discussion are going to be speaking about your personal journey on kind of becoming the CTO in your startup. So the way you have originated your startup, as well as how you transitioned from an entrepreneur dealing with marketing and general business into technological stuff and software as a service specifically. Ori, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
All right.
So, I'll start from the first question. Ori, could you tell us about your recent startup, Adfast?
Yeah, of course. So I'm into marketing and entrepreneurship quite a long time. And Adfast basically is a platform for marketing automation, especially for PPC automation. Right now, these days, we are at 2026 almost. In 3 days, it will be 2026. And still the big platforms of advertising today, like Meta ads, Google ads, are very difficult. You need to be a professional to actually navigate in them. And to not to only navigate, you need like to create an advertising, to create campaigns, you need specialty, you need skills for that. And it's very complex and uncomfortable. And a lot of people have problems with that. And that's what Adfast solves. Adfast solves the need of being expert to advertise. Okay. So, my specialty is PPC actually, is copywriting and PPC. So I always knew that PPC is something that is like, it's really unnecessary in the tools we have today to be like a campaigner. Like what special, I don't know, ability you need to have in order to be a campaigner? Like what actually you do? Okay, you do manual stuff, you do manual SOP, but the strategy, like the technique could be fully automated. Like, for example, bidding strategy. Like, okay, it's simple decision tree. You know, every programmer could solve that with simple program or automation. So it's not very like a very complex cognitive task, you know, that you really need human to do that. So I always knew it's a matter of time until someone will solve it. And in 2021, I tried to solve it myself. I started a POC, very successful POC. I just posted some posts in some groups. I got hundreds of leads that wanted to use that software, and I said, okay, I'm onto something. But all I had is just mockup and the basic flow that people will have, but I didn't have the backend back then. So I started doing that. I took about 10 clients, and I did it actually manually, and I paid campaigners to make that fully automated campaigns. It wasn't actually fully automated. It was like manually. So we did it like that to like have a proof of concept. So this proof of concept cost me about $100 per client.
Wow.
Per month.
Damn.
So each month I lost what is like $1,000. It's not much, but it's minus $1,000 when you start the month. Okay, and the more I focused on Adfast, the more the less focus I had on the business that brings me money upside down. So I had employees, I had clients, and once I shift the focus, because it wasn't fully automated, also the income was dropping. So it was hard to manage both. So I had to decide and said, okay, how much will it cost to make the backend? So back then it was around $15,000.
Damn.
Just the backend.
Just for the POC.
Yeah, just the MVP, just for the MVP, you know, to create something that function. And also I tried to make some. I used some Indian programmers, and they messed up. They didn't deliver. I paid them something like $500, and they like gone and didn't finish the job. So it was really hard to work with them. Okay, I don't know. I don't say like every Indian programmer is like that, but that was my case. So I couldn't manage.
It's more about the specific agency, I suppose. Than
yeah. So I put this project in the archive and focused on the things that brings me money. Okay, because I have wife, I have my life, I want kids, like, you know, I need money to survive, to live. So that's basically how it started. Yeah, I got the first idea was from my mentor, and I finished it in 2021 or 2, and I continue this idea a few months ago. I said, okay, now it's like the right time. Adfast still not there, you know, because there are a lot of tools that make campaigns, but you still need to specialize in making campaigns.
So you say that there was still no alternative to that even after 4 years or so.
Yeah, I'm like addressing the audience that is not technological, doesn't know what bid is, or like what is pixel, or like, you know, all the professional stuff is not there. Okay,
and even an audience that is technological but just doesn't have the time for all that setup, like me, for example. Yes. I am technological, I have campaigners, but just, you know, I want to launch an MVP. I don't have time to set up all the stuff. I just want one-click solution. So yeah. I'm actually waiting for that.
Yeah, it's one-click solution. That's it. You put your URL, click, that's it. Okay, this is the idea. I restarted Adfast from the beginning. Now I know the POC is still there. There is a demand for that. So I skipped the POC and I started building Adfast from scratch. Now I can build it with, you know, I can build the entire MVP, the entire program, very, very efficient, very high level, you know, way beyond what I thought when I began Adfast way more advanced and in way less time.
Because of AI, right?
Yeah, because of AI. Yeah, of course. Speaking of like the AI revolution of and vibe coding. So now it's possible, okay? And there is a lot of softwares that do that, but I see them all. I see everyone. I touch it. I try to manage campaigns with them, and it's not as simple as Adfast. Not yet. It's not yet there. I want it to be simple click, and that's it. Okay.
So pretty much, as far as I understand, you utilize AI not just for development, but for the actual operation of the campaigns, right? So as I understand, you have you are implementing the years of knowledge that you have in marketing, and you have what, 8-9 years of actual hardcore marketing operations. Is that so?
Yeah, something like that.
So you take all that and you compound it into a giant pile of knowledge for the AI to operate the campaigns for people. So it's pretty much AI-based Ori, which makes the campaigns for people in one click, right? And is it so that they pretty much, the clients, enter the link of their website and it automatically searches their website for what you're trying to actually sell as a client and writes the campaigns for that?
Wait, what's the question again?
Okay, so do I understand correctly that this is how the software should work?
It works like that right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it works like that. We're currently testing it. Okay. There is a lot of little bugs and little things that stuck the whole launch of new Adfast, but it will be soon. It will be like, I think, in a week from now. Yeah, I think once the episode will be released, it will be already in the market. So it's very, very soon. Right now it's focuses on Google Ads, on search. So this is the current phase, and we will develop all the other platforms in one click.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And I would like to ask you a question. So both of us are vibe coders and entrepreneurs in the SaaS industry. So I know how much knowledge it takes to actually build a software which actually solves a real pain point for a market. So it's not only about just prompting. It's not like, hey, AI, build a marketing tool for me. It will not work. So you have years of pain with that process, and you want to simplify it for yourself, and you want to simplify it also for your clients, for your customers, right? How much time do you think your competitor would need to have the knowledge that you have, that is required? I would rephrase that is the knowledge that is required to build such a software on a quality level. Because you can create it, also your competitors can do that, right? How much time do you think someone needs to invest to actually get there? If that's clear.
Yeah, that's clear. Look, I tell you what, if I try to create a software for lawyers that specialize in, let's say, properties, I don't know, real estate. Okay, let's say real estate. Yeah. So I'm not a lawyer that knows real estate. So it depends who do it. So this is not my domain of knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so if for a lawyer of real estate that solves a problem for his audience, it will be like very easy to do it. For me to close the gaps of knowledge, it will take a lot of time, because the AI can trick me, can say, yeah, this is what needed, but it's still not connected to the demand of the market.
You need a co-founder, pretty much. You need a co-founder who specializes in real estate lawyership.
Yeah, but this is one phase, okay, the knowledge, the domain knowledge. The second phase is the, let's say, philosophical approach for these things. So technically, it's not very complex, okay? There are things that are way complex than what I've done, okay? There is a lot of, integrations and stuff, but yeah, in terms of technology, it's not complicated, especially in the vibe coding era. But if you're trying to do the same, you probably will fail, because, and that's, by the way, one of the conversations I have with Barak Almog, my co-admin in my community of autonomous businesses and friend of ours. So he told me also about his program. He said, I give everything free. Like if someone want to copy me tomorrow, he can do it like that, but he will not succeed. Although all the knowledge or all the how to do it is there, because it's not the same approach. It's not the same, set of solving, of problem solving, for that solution. Let's say in my field, if someone will try to do it a little bit different, okay, I will make it better here, and I will make this feature also, and I will make it like that, and so it won't be Adfast anymore. It will be something else. It will be a different audience. And people try to copy me, not on Adfast, on different businesses. They did good. They had a lot of clients. They had a lot of they had succeed in what they do, but they did a different business. They thought they copy me, but they just took inspiration,
Yeah, but so pretty much they make a different product, which is in the same industry, but a different product. In the end, different products have different target audiences, like Android and iPhone, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much Android and iPhone can take inspiration from each other, but they have different audiences. So people who like Apple, they like Apple for a reason. People who like Windows, whatever, Android, they like it for a reason, right? So pretty much your philosophy is reflected on the products that you make. So in the end, you say that, do you understand correctly, by the way, tell me, that the technological implementation is only one part of the coin.
The DNA is the second part, It's like a key. If there is like some row missing in a key, it won't open the door.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's a key, but it's a different key.
Yeah, it's a different key.
It
opens a different door. But the odds to make something like the same, as long as you're not like copying one to one the code, and that's also not good strategy, because my product will be advanced and you always be copying the same product. And I will make iterations, and you always need to be like, okay, what Ori is doing, what he's doing. Like it won't work. It won't happen.
So Ori, you are the person who taught me about target audiences in the first place, even before you've been dealing with marketing. So that's a long time. And you are also the person that taught me about concepts like business DNA and about the importance of providing unique value so that you will have a competitive edge, right? So I know it from you. You're a specialist in that, and you know that for so many years and so much better than most people out there. So I would ask you, does it mean that so practically people could create different variations of the same software, but different philosophies of the same software, different solutions for the same problem, and there is market pretty much for all of them because different philosophies have different target audiences. So it doesn't mean that you should not be so much afraid of the competition, because your competitors will have some target audience and you will have some other target audience. As long as you have a philosophy that is strong enough and you know what you're doing, you're not just, dancing around and trying to find a solution, but you actually know what you're solving, and you don't care about how others solve it. You care about how you would like it solved. There are people like you that would like a similar solution. There is target audience for that, and pretty much, business to make around it. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with me on that one? Or what would you say? Is there such a...
I'm trying to understand your question. You are asking if someone will copy...
Not copy.
Okay.
Even not copy. Even if... So, for example, if our viewer would like to even maybe solve a problem that already has a solution, So if they're already...
What he's solving?
He's solving... So he's providing a solution which is alternative to already existing solution, but has a different philosophy. So for example, if there is, just as a basic example, if there is a maximalistic solution to something, he provides a minimalistic solution to something, or vice versa, So he's pretty much solving the imperfect fit. So there is a solution that is just not perfect for some target audience. So he can provide a better solution for that target audience. Will he have a chance of succeeding financially by competing with those already existing solutions?
Yeah, of course. If a 5-star hotel would be the same price of 3-star hotel, so what is 3-star hotels solving? It solves nothing. The 3-star hotel solves the money issue, the budget issue. So this is the focus of 3-stars hotel: affordable living in traveling or somewhere. Okay, so it's totally different philosophy, and it's totally different audience, and it's totally different solution. So 5-star hotel would be focusing on the experience,
luxury.
Yeah, on the experience, on the user the
user in the UX,
the UX, the client's the client's experience. Okay, how is experiencing the hotel, so this is their focus, and 3-star hotel, okay, it will be the minimal solution for that budget. So they will look at the quantity and the quality of things. So they won't bring you free slippers. They won't give you, and the toothbrush they will give you is from low quality. Yeah, it's from Temu or something. And they don't. They will care, but they don't go hers are like it's a different focus. It's a different thing.
So it's not even a worse business. So pretty much 5 stars is not better than 3 stars. 5 stars is better than 3 stars for a certain type of customers, and 3 stars is better than 5 stars for a different set of customers, different philosophies, different target audiences, right? So 5 and 3, it's not like a 5-star business and a 3-star business. It's actually a 5-star hotel can be a pretty bad business with pretty bad reviews, and a 3-star hotel can be very good in reviews in Google Maps, for example, right? And people love it, and it's successful and makes a much more money, perhaps, as a network than 5 stars.
Yeah, it's different positioning. It's different positioning. This is the idea. And there is also 4 stars hotel, okay, which is focused on good value for money. Okay, so I want to get good experience, but I want it to be I don't want to be ripped off like completely, you know.
Yeah. So this is another target audience, which is kind of a bit less defined, but it's still well defined enough apparently for them to be successful all over the world. Right. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, cool, nice. So you say that is it what you call the business DNA, the philosophy?
Business DNA. It's also. It's not just the positioning. This is the positioning. Business DNA, it's also the positioning, but it's also the values of the brand. The values, the actually vision and the belief of the brand owner. There is a song of Eminem. You can be dressed like me, walk like me, talk like me, and act like me, but you don't be quiet like me. I'm real shady, and I'm the real shady.
A real shady.
Yeah. So you can swear and you can have rap skills, but you won't be Eminem. And you can dye your hair to blonde and try to be. 2000 Eminem, but you won't be Eminem, you won't.
But you can be a different pretty good rapper, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to be Eminem. That's the point. You can take inspiration from him.
You can be MGK,
Let's go to next question. So this one, I would like to focus on your transition from to put it in simple terms, it's like your transition from CEO to CTO, which is not exactly correct, because in Adfast you are still CEO and CTO at the same time. So you're still the CEO. It's just that now you focus much more on software as a service than you have been before, right? Because before that you have been focusing on completely hardcore marketing and soft skills around that, logistics around marketing agency, right? And you also run an affiliate network, so you've touched so many fields in marketing, also content production. But this time you actually do software as a service, which is something you tried to do at 2021, right? Well, you've done the POC, then you stopped because of the costs and stuff. So I would like to ask you a bit more about this process of transition, right? So it took you blazingly fast to actually take it off, right? I was a witness to that. It was super fast, man. Like the speed you deliver this MVP, it was just unbelievable. And people are crying about vibe coding being not good enough, right? And we have had a whole episode about it, just shooting it 1 hour ago, right? But how was it for you, right? So people can watch the other episode to see about the general thing about AI, but how was it for you especially? How did you make it so fast? How did you take off from a position that you just don't do any coding, any vibe coding or any coding in general, or employing programmers? Did you by the way, did you have programmers in your team before starting Adfast? I mean, recently.
What do you mean, for upside down or?
Yeah. Like, do you have active programmers that are not freelancers but are actually, in your team long term? Do you have such people now? Do you?
Not developers, but
Developers, yes.
WordPress website, Elementor. It's not actual coding.
Content managers, pretty much, kind of.
No, like building websites with Elementor.
Oh, okay.
It's not code.
Yeah.
You can insert some JavaScript.
No code.
Yeah, but you actually take a piece of code and you insert in the Elementor. But it's not actual development.
Yes. Yeah, well, it is, but a different form of it, right? Not software as a service production.
Yeah.
Okay. So not hardcore. Yeah. Okay. So we have different classifications of what's development.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? So now you transition from that place to actually make a whole MVP by yourself, and it's freaking working, right? That works. How did you do it so fast? And how is it working so fast?
Because it's Adfast. Booyakasha. Okay. So I tell you what. First of all, I had a good mentor. His name is Arty McLabin.
King in the castle.
King in the castle, yeah.
Sure.
So I went to your house and I watched how you do it. You told me like on our WhatsApp group that you work like in the top tier developers in vibe codings today. And I asked like, okay, what are you doing differently than what I'm doing right now? Because I started doing it, but I tried in base 44 and this stuff, but it has a lot of advantages and a lot of disadvantages. Okay, for example, it has dependencies, a lot of dependencies, and once you want to take the code and make it yourself, it's quite broken. Okay, and it has the UI is very great. It's mostly from there. No, not a lot, and not everything, but a lot. So I try to vibe code, and I know you have vast experience in the field, so I went to your house and I watched you working. I asked you questions. Sometimes we had sessions of 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours, and just talking. And I was okay. I'm writing. Okay, what I'm doing with this and was with this. And you sometimes you gave me the solutions. Sometimes you send me to Perplexity to
close the gaps.
Yeah, to close the gaps. And also you have a very special way to do that. It's like you go to the wild, go to the nature or park and walk and talk with Perplexity and ask about, okay, what about this, and like close the gaps, and also make a space for in GPT it's folder, in Perplexity space, and ask the about me in the space to make me provide me information on how to be a good CTO. Okay, like from scratch. I'm starting from zero. Tell me how to be ISBP CTO. And that's,
which is industry standard
best
practices.
Industry standard best practices, which I learned from you also. Everything I do, I insert the word ISBP. Okay, it changed the results dramatically. So I took all the small tips and the big tips and the Perplexity tips, and I combined them, and I made the checklist on how to work on development, and I work systematically. And with Cloud Code, it just fly, just skyrocketed very, very fast. And now I'm in the last phases, of like testing the product and make the changes and make the little bugs fixed.
Actually, finished a polished product which works, and not just a landing page which looks fine.
Yeah.
Right. Because the problem that most people who speak ill about vibe coding nowadays is that like it looks good, but then it's fucking broken.
Yeah. It was like that. It was broken. It was broken. The mission was to make it functional and good and deliver results. And this is where my knowledge base combines with being CTO, and above to be CTO to manage all the things. The thing is, I don't know if I need in the near future to recruit CTO, because everything I will send to the CTO, okay, you are in charge of that and that and that and that and that, I can do it for Claude Code. He is my CTO. He is my actual CTO,
Yeah, the thing is that he should be sending it to Claude Code and not you, so you would be doing marketing. But the question is, do you want to? Because the point is that you're leading the philosophy of the software as a service. So because you're leading the philosophy, it seems like all the technical decisions actually depend on this philosophy. Like if we take Jobs, right? So Steve Jobs, was he a CTO practically? Like kinda. Yes and no, because he was the visionary behind the products, right? And he had to communicate this vision to the rest of the team. And in that case, looks like there is no much need in a different person to communicate through, right? So you're the visionary of the product because you have this unique vision, you have this unique lens of how Ori sees the finished result, right? How you imagine it to be. And then you need to communicate it down the road. Because if there is another person, if a chief, someone who has a lot of experience managing technological teams, he doesn't have this experience in marketing.
Yeah.
He can't curate what technical implementations there should be. So looks like you potentially need a technological consultant at the worst case, kind of. I wouldn't call it worst case, but that's like the default, I would say, if you would like to expand the team. So with a technological consultant, someone who knows your system and can advise you how to implement some stuff, because they might have more technological experience than you potentially. That's the furthest you can actually go. Further than that, and you lose the vision.
Yeah, Steve Jobs had Wozniak. He was the actual CTO.
Exactly.
Steve Jobs was the product manager, the product visionary. Yeah, he didn't do the micro, but he definitely lead the vision. So I don't know, like this is a question about how do you recruit people these days? I don't think I need fundraising.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Co-founders, yeah, sure.
Maor Shlomo is the founder of Base 44. He just sold to Wix, not to Wix. To Wix.
Wix.com.
To Wix.com, yeah. Okay. He sold $80 million thing, and the special thing is he didn't even raise money or recruit people, okay? Besides some, I don't know, customer support, or something like that. But this is the era we are in, because it's so fast. You see, he did it in 6 months. And I think until I will recruit CTO, I will give him options. I will We will
Too much time.
negotiate. Yeah, we'll give him. He will need to learn the things, the mistakes he will do at the beginning. The amount of time we will waste on. Okay, no, this is the vision, not this. To teach him the vision.
Yeah.
It will take months.
It doesn't speed up, development speeds up, iteration speeds up, but recruiting doesn't speed up.
Yeah.
I have the exact same problem, kind of dilemma with marketing in our case, or bringing in additional developers for Borzai, because I know for a fact that if I bring more people, it means that I will need to slow down all the production that I do currently. Which means that bringing in an additional person might actually end up delaying the product release, which is crazy. It's absolute crazy. Because until now, it has never been the case. I mean, since humanity exists, always you bring more people, you get stuff done faster.
Yeah. It's something very different. If you ask me 5 years ago, of course you need to speed up and bring more people, because
all the books is like bring people that are better than you.
Yeah,
it's all the books.
I'm currently reading the book of Ori Levin. Ori Levin is the founder of Waze, the co-founder of Waze and Moveit, and maybe and a lot of startups. And he has a book called Fall in Love with the Problem, Not the Solution. So his book is like the Bible of startup founders, okay? But now I need to of course he's right in a lot of things, in high probabilities. He has a lot of experience, but now I need to look at it in different angles, in the vibe coding angle. For example, MVP, okay? He says, and it's very, I agree with him, in the old world, but now I didn't read the new edition.
We don't know if he agrees with himself nowadays.
Yeah, because now the MVP, what I'm doing right now, I'm doing MVP, but he says don't start the to develop and to raise money and before MVP and before these things. But now, I don't know about raising money, but you can develop. It's not called development. It's I don't know.
Bootstrapping.
It's bootstrapping on steroids, on steroids, because in that time, and I took my time. Because I had I couldn't finish it in 1 month. Because I had a lot of things at home and in business, and the stuff. But to finish MVP in 1 month, it was the time, and it was zero budget, literally zero budget.
Yeah, and also to say that it's your first software as a service MVP, it means that most of the time is actually learning, right? So if you would restart that from scratch, it wouldn't take you a month. It would take you 2 weeks max. Right, maybe 1 week.
Yeah, and it's not called to start development. It's just to, I don't know, characterize the project and bring it to life. I don't know.
Yeah, fast iteration.
Yeah.
So you are reiterating. It's the same that we do with Borzai. So with Borzai, a lot of our time spent on it. So we are working on it half a year, right? And alongside this road, we pivoted 5 times until we actually found something that people really want, and now we are launching that. So it's a lot of pivoting and a lot of market research that have been done throughout this time, right?
Yeah. And in the old way, you should have do something that it's not with code behind, something that it's
manual
service. Yeah, this would be a more business approach to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, it changed the way you do startups.
Yeah, completely. Okay, that's a very cool one. Now, I would ask you a few more questions. So, I remember that around 10 years ago or so, you've been asking me a couple of questions about, hey, Arty, what the fuck is, why the fuck do you need a for loop and a while loop, like in JavaScript? So you've been learning just the basics of JavaScript, even without wanting to become a programmer. So you told me back then, I don't want to be a programmer. I want to do business, but I just want to understand what goes on there, right? So you had this curiosity about programming because you're a systems guy, after all. Well, we do business engineering, right? So code is kind of the obvious low-hanging engineering fruit, kinda. So do you think that this experience that you've had with this basic JavaScript that you didn't take far because, well, that's good. It would be a waste of your time. So do you think, though, that this small experience 10 years ago actually gave you something this time? Because you didn't deal with actual code here in this in Adfast. You haven't been writing code. Have you been reading the code that you write? Or, I mean, it's just operation of AI, right? And context engineering, really. So do you think it helped you in this process?
Yes. Look, I learned the C++ in 5th grade. You know,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember anything from that. But when I try to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is JavaScript is actual coding, it like I did some programs like Monopoly or I don't know, clocks and some automations with it. Like I code with my hands, you know, or wrote code. It was nice. Today it helped me with understanding how code is built. Okay, like the logic of coding, some of the logic.
Logistics? Would you say?
Logistics and like how it's like built. Like if then
The fundamental flow.
Yeah, the fundamentals. What is a loop? What is like the concepts, the important concepts, like what is a container? It's important.
Yeah.
Okay, container and data, variables. Like I didn't know that before I learned JavaScript in Code Academy. So I learned that, and then now when I'm vibe coding, I see the code and I know like, okay, no, this is not good. This is I didn't ask that. I asked something else. Okay, so I know better what I want. Okay, not all the time. I don't read all the code, you know, but I see if something like is misunderstood or how did he do that. Okay, in terms of like I'm just reading some lines and understand like because it's a language, you know. In a language, when you understand some words, you can understand like the concept of what
it's Pareto. It's
Pareto.
It's a Pareto of the vocabulary. Like 20% of the words have 80% of the meaning, right? So same in programming.
You understand like the vibe of what people want from you, you know. What is the topic? This is the main thing. You understand the topic, you understand what is it about, but you don't understand the nuance, okay? Because you're not
yeah. So it's like you say that to rephrase that. Sorry if I'm butchering your idea. Tell me that if I do. So it's like a general in military, for him to understand how he supplies the ammunition, it would be crucial for him to understand that there's different type of ammunition. Different ammo goes to different guns, not just, hey, you just need ammo, like here, take the bullets. No, hey, it doesn't fit my guns. So without this basic understanding, he could do some grave mistakes which would sound very obvious and stupid to even know the newest recruit in from the regular soldiers, right? So like you need to understand those basics. You need to kind of step in the boots, right? Step on the ground and fire a real gun to understand how to do logistics of ammunition, right? Kind of in that sense. So if you write, if we're getting back to the code, so if you're managing a team of development, which is AI or humans or combination of the two, you would need to know how to write some basic code, at least, so you will have this common language with your team and not do some stupid mistakes without even knowing that you're doing those mistakes. So you know what to expect, right? Yeah. You know how to communicate it as well. And I bet you probably don't speak with your AI. Did you ever, in your MVP launch, did you ever write to AI the word loop or while or for? I mean, the programmatic concepts, or like class? Like, did you tell it create a variable or something like that?
No, I didn't write to him in the micro way, in the micro terms. I did like I do a lot of the time. I tell him this is the input, this is the output, this is the ideal output, okay?
Which is how a system works. Yeah, as an input and an output. What's inside?
This is what I want the input to be, and this is what I want the output to be. Okay, and he fixed it. He figured it out. But sometimes I see like, okay, here is not quite right. So I'm looking at the variables and like I'm asking, why did you do like that? Why did you assign this variable? And he said, oh yeah, right, and you know, and that stuff. So it helps me to detect what's wrong and to fix problems more quicker.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Ori, do you think that in a parallel world you could be a happy programmer? I mean, you know, happy programmer. Yeah. Like let's imagine 5 years ago or 4 years ago, no AI in sight. No one even thinks about what's gonna happen in 2025, 2026, and you just didn't go to the business path, you didn't go to marketing path, you just learned programming. Do you think you could be an efficient and happy programmer? Like, do you think that you have a programmer DNA and you just don't use it? Which is fine, which is completely fine, you know? Do you think this way though, or do you think that you're naturally not a programmer? So do you do this vibe coding coming from some secret kink for programming, or is it a necessity that you think that you're utilizing now because that's the most efficient thing in your eyes to utilize right now?
Look,
I could be a happy programmer, by the way. I could be.
Happy programmer means an employee, and it's not in my DNA to be an employee, because not like something bad of being employee. It's just my mind don't work that way. I could be a happy programmer if I know why I'm a programmer. Not the salary is not a why for me. It's like, okay, I'm a programmer because I want to learn about systems and to be a better system designer and to design a business system more efficient.
So you like the solution, you like the outcome.
I like the self-development and the skills that will help me later to become a better version of businessman, okay, of entrepreneur. This is my DNA, because you said if you weren't go to the business path, it's like saying, if you were gay, would you sleep with I don't know,
I guess so.
Brad Pitt? I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not gay, you know. So it's very hypothetical, but yeah, my mind is going like, okay, will it help me 10 years from now to reach my end goals? Yes, no. If no, it's not for me.
Gotcha. So you're super results oriented. And this is a trait that I very much respect in you, because you don't get carried away with stuff that, okay, so you don't get carried away with processes that you enjoy and you and do them just for the sake of, hey, this is a process I enjoy. Like you don't get obsessed with processes. You don't like doing any process. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So you focus completely on the outcome. Like, what should I be doing now to reach my outcome in the most optimal and efficient way? If it means that I should be programming, I'll be programming. If it means that I should be selling, I'll be selling. If it means that I should mop the floor, I'll mop the fucking floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I very much respect that, because it means that you're ready to do what it takes, and you're not crying about, oh, this is hard, or this is hard, this is fun, this is not fun. You're not chasing that.
Yeah.
You want the results. You want the outcome. You want to reach the outcome. Okay, that's interesting. Now, next one. What have been the biggest challenges on the way, Ori? So specifically in this context of the transition from CEO to CTO, quote unquote.
From CEO to CTO, what's the challenges? The challenges are you're dealing with environments, and you need to design the environments. And if you made a mistake, you can burn a day or two or a week of mistake you did. And like a lot of the time I'm like overthinking of like, is this the right way to do it? Or like, and I'm getting stuck, but I'm telling to myself, okay, just make mistake. It's okay. Just make mistake. You will learn from it, and don't care about the outcome, because you will learn from the outcome. So just made it fast. Okay, you have no way to prevent all the mistakes. You have to make them, and that's like how I did a lot of mistakes, and I paid for them in a lot of nerves and time and learning time. It's it's a lot of learning time. My wife was in a vacation for a week, so I took this week to like fully, from day to night, to work full time, like just to make mistakes and like, I'm working with 3 or 4 clouds windows together.
Cloud code?
Yeah, cloud code, and like working together, in one I make the GitHub issues, in the second I plan the GitHub issues, in the third I'm solving the GitHub issues, in the fourth I'm solving like variables and in Versal and in Supabase, and it's like multitasking all over the place, and also deep work, and it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot of multidisciplinary job, and I'm still the CEO, and I need to manage the progress, and I need to manage now the campaign, and to bring people to test, and then clients, and so I need to make money out of it at the end. So it's between, okay, progress, move forward faster, learn how to be CTO, and don't forget to make money. Okay, to combine the three.
So was the challenge the multitasking, or was the challenge to find an optimal way to combine it all, find the good the correct order of priorities?
It's combining the roles, and it's time consuming, and it's a lot, and you make a lot of mistakes because you're a rookie, basically, yeah, you're not used to it. It's like you're a new swimmer, so it takes time to develop the skills. Meanwhile, you're adding the time consuming, or the already time consuming, because you have two or more roles in the company. It's already time consuming, so you're making mistakes that more time consuming. Okay, so you basically run the fastest you can, and you move slowly. Although in general it's fast. It's very fast,
Super fast.
Super fast, but you feel it's like slow as hell.
But man, that's because you're just used to your own speed, to your own pace.
Yeah.
So for you, it's like, oh fuck, it's
an expert.
Yeah. So it's like it's freaking amazing. I just love that. And when people are experts like you, you're watching your own work, which is amazing to other people, and you're calling your own work like trash or something, So it's just amazing. Like I'm playing guitar, okay, and I can record some stuff that I play. I'm an amateur, okay. I play it pretty good, but I'm not a pro in that. So I would record something, and I would show it to people, and they're like, "Wow, dude, that's neat," And I'm like, seriously? I have a folder with sorting. Like, I have meh, I have bad, and I have okay. I don't have a folder named good. I don't have good takes folder. I say okay, meh, and bad. And almost everything is in bad by default. And then when people say that it's lit, and I'm like, I'll put it in meh or okay, kind of. And I'm listening to that, and it's trash. It's complete. I'm whoa, man, I made so many mistakes. I can hear like 100 mistakes that I made in that recording. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But people don't know that when they're not your level. And then when you're a top performer, that's the worst, because then even people who are coming from this industry, it's not just people outside,
Yeah.
It's people who are actually professionals in the field, and they value your work, and you're like, I'm not good enough. Why? Because you know what's better. You know what you can improve, and you know that you still didn't reach this perfection. So like, oh, that's trash. How do I improve, right? So this is the pace you're running at. You're super fast, man. You made an MVP faster than me, and I come from much more software experience than you, and I'm slower than you in production of MVP, because I'm getting stuck on stuff that are perhaps not as important. I wouldn't say that I'm struggling with that. I'm better than most people in that, but far from you. Okay, so you're super fast in that.
Yeah.
Now, I have my advantages. Okay, sure. But you call it slow. What the hell? Then what am I?
Yeah, in MVP you need to... The most important thing is to come out the fastest you can. Okay? Like...
And fuck everything.
Fuck everything, yeah. And people will okay, you have an meh, bad, and okay. Your okay is their good. Okay? So you need... if it's good enough for them, it should be already out,
I learned it now.
Yeah, don't waste your time on another feature. It's ready, it's functional, it should be out.
Yeah,
That's it.
I just learned it now when a client got this MVP from me, which was buggy. So actually we discovered 5 bugs in one day, or the first demo launch, we discovered 5 bugs, and we've been ready for that, because until you actually launch to real people, you can simulate as much as you want. You can try it with your friends as much as you want. The soonest you actually get your MVP out there, the soonest you will discover some just undetectable bugs otherwise. And we've launched, and with those 5 bugs, the person at the same day at the evening says, just so you know, it's super useful to me. How? Like, it's literally dysfunctional in my eyes, and this is super, super, super minimal reduced version. There's like no features. And there's only one feature which works bad. And there's already a happy customer. Yeah, there are 4 more that are dissatisfied with the quality because, well, there's a bug. And of course, we fix it and they're happy. Then after that, that's fine. Yeah. That's completely fine. I'm ready to burn them all.
Dude,
but one customer,
even Google is not perfect. You see Google, they have tons of things to finish, develop, and features they can add or fix, and they're not perfect, but they're hell profitable. Okay, they're hell rich. Okay, the same with Apple. We saw it today. Okay, the same with a lot of companies. They're not perfect. There is nothing like... It will never end. Your perfection, like the pursuit for... Okay, I want it to be errorless. It won't happen in this afterlife, in this life or the next life.
Should be useful.
Yeah, it should
be useful enough.
Yeah.
For people to be happy.
And you should communicate with your customers daily. Okay, this is the key, because as an entrepreneur and marketing person, I'm not a product person. This is the thing. This is the dissonance. As marketing and as business person, you first look at the demand, at what people need, what they want, what they're willing to pay for, not what can I do with my technology and look this cool technology. It's useless. You can make great technology for digging holes, but what can you do with holes? Go sell holes, unless you come to, I don't know, farmer, and he says, yeah, I need, for mango trees, I need holes of 2 meters depth. Okay, so you make this for mango trees, especially for mango trees, not olive trees, not pineapple, not trees.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Pineapple, whatever.
The day trees, No, you make it only for mango, and you first bring the orders, then you create the product. This is like the business approach. This is why we need to move forward, not get stuck on the product and to fix everything, and to fix and add features and make it perfect, and it won't be perfect. Okay, just do it, just sell it. First sell, and then you can do bugs all day long. It will happen this way or another. Just bring the customers.
Yeah. In my case, actually, a big blocker on the launch was that we wanted to have the compliance super ready, to have so we will have this kind of customers and they need multi-user accounts, so now we need to do that. Okay, multiple organizations per account. Okay, so now we do that, and now we need to cross to make them functional together and all this stuff. So much over engineering just to be kind of compatible with a few test clients, instead of just saying fuck it. We don't ship for them. We ship for easier, more simpler customers that don't need all those requirements, all those features, and we just make it for them, And so that has been my blocker. Yeah. I like your approach, man. I wish I would implement it earlier.
Because I was like on first page in Google, not first page, but first result on Google for marketing, startup marketing. A lot of startup entrepreneurs came to me like, okay, market I have this budget, I have $1 million, market my product. And I asked them, okay, how many sales do you have? I don't have sales. I just made it. I just got fundraising. Okay. So I don't know to tell you what the CAC will be. The CAC is customer acquisition cost. I can't tell you. Like, you just need to try. You just need to burn money because you don't have any sales, or do it organically. Yeah. Do it organically, but they always want to know like what approximately. I don't have approximate for things that don't exist. You don't have sales, so
No, I mean, you can tell them the approximation. It just costs the marketing budget that they will need to burn for it.
like they want to understand the industry standard for like
No
the
such
benchmark. No such thing. Yeah. Every product is different.
Yeah. It's like, so, but on average, am I a descendant of Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Am I? But like on average, I just need to know the average. Okay, Ori, do you have some tips that you could give to people that are kind of in your situation? I mean, your situation is pretty unique because you're a pretty unique person. But if we categorize your situation as a situation of someone who comes from rich entrepreneurial background, but have not been dealing with software as a service before. So would you have some tips or advice so they could learn from your mistakes? Like you learn from my mistakes, by the way, right? Because you've been faster than me. I gave you some mistakes that I've gone through, which sped you up kind of, right? So could you speed up someone else's life so we we roll up the karma,
I think I did a lot of things correct in this way. First, you need to be like assistant or like a fly in a room of someone that has experience in this field, So first thing, get yourself a mentor. Okay, that like all days when people went to hunt, they went after another hunter and saw how he hunts, okay, and then learn from him. Okay, you do this, you throw the, or you shoot the arrow and stuff. So mentor.
Driving lessons.
Yeah. So mentor. This is the first thing. Second is make a lot of mistakes. Don't just do it. Don't hold yourself. There is no another way to, I can't prevent from making 100 mistakes, Just do it. Just do it fast. This is the second thing. And third thing, now, basically you are the hands of AI. You're literally the hands of a smarter brain. A smarter brain, yeah. So basically, most of the things I do is following AI orders. Okay, yeah, I designed the system.
You set the vision. He sets the system.
Yeah, I ask him how to do that thing and that things, and like why like that and why not, and he explains and he gives me, and I ask him, okay, give me step by step how to do it. And it's a lot. You need to be more doer than smart guy, This is the thing.
But you're privileged. You're privileged because, you are already a smart guy.
To be both these days.
Yeah. What mistake though you think is the borderline, so you wouldn't cross such a mistake? So we don't want to mess with the law, right? We don't want to make something illegal. So if like compliance, let's say, right? So you can design working software, which is, well, it just, let's say, collects the data and doesn't follow GDPR, and then we launch to clients that are in countries that follow GDPR, and then you're pretty much kind of, well, you're against the law, right? So, but from our perspective, you're so fucking small until you launch that doesn't matter. Like, who cares about?
Then get yourself a lawyer, compliance lawyer, and just tell him, okay, when go through my compliance, my privacy policy, and solve it. Just it.
Yeah, so you say not sacrificing that, not launching without that, but still going fast. Okay, yeah. So there are some kind of borders to that.
Cybersecurity from day one, security.
Okay.
Security is because you don't want to. It's not just bad karma. It's like can destroy you. And if you're not taking care of it from day one, your structure will be unsecured, and hackers do hacks all the time for big companies and for small companies, and you always need to be monitoring and check for security leaks. So cybersecurity, this is the only thing that I tell you, okay, this is worth delaying, okay, and be a little bit slower.
How much time do you think it takes from the whole launch? So if you launch to paying customers, what percentage of that would go to cybersecurity, do you think?
From purchasing, I don't know, because
Time.
Time?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, what percentage of the full time spent on the development of on the launch is on cybersecurity?
As long as I won't say Pareto, because okay, Pareto it's of course 80% should be minimal, but invest more time, like 90%, 95%, like make it very, very high priority, because let's say, okay, there is scale for that, okay, from 1 to 10, and let's say you have $1 million in your house cash, okay, so if you don't lock your door and you scream in the hood, okay, I have $1 million in my house, okay, so you get yourself into troubles, and someone will break your house and take the $1 million. So this is one way, and you can lock your house, you can lock the windows, you can lock it in safe, you can take the $1 million and to put it in the bank. You can put it in a bank in Switzerland and not in I don't know, somewhere else, and you can raise your security levels, okay? And now imagine this $1 million is not yours. That's even more scary, because if that $1 million it's yours, so okay, you had $1 million, now you don't. But if it's like 100 mils of $1 million of a lot of people, it's not my time. So you're in troubles, because now you have, let's say, each one of them put $1,000, so you have 1,000 people angry at you, and like destroying your reputation and tell all the world like, oh, I lost my money with Arty. This motherfucker, don't go to him, you know. And it was more than $1 million, your reputation and your sues that you will get. So this is why it's so important, because it's $1 million that they're not yours. This is how you need to treat your database. Okay, your database, your everything that is related to other people. This is the way you need to see that, and therefore you don't compromise with just closing the door and lock it. Okay, you need to take this money from your house and put it somewhere else safe, you know. And yeah, that's how you should look at it.
Do you think that cybersecurity would take from the whole process of development, from the time spent, do you think it would be like 20% of the time spent on development, 15%, 50%?
Again, how long it should take the data to be secured, and not if you cannot make something that is very safe, okay, like for even professionals cannot get it easily, so take your time and finish it. Okay, this is the only thing.
So you say that it doesn't matter. Like the answer to that wouldn't matter. It's like you should do it. Period. It's not that you should distribute.
It should take a lot of time. You know, like say 15%, 15.
But if it should take 90%, then take 90.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't launch an unsecured product. This is it.
Yeah. And I have one more last question to you, the one that you stole from me in the previous episode. So Ori, can you give our viewers one philosophical question for them to ponder on?
Of course. Okay, so I'm married more than 3 years now, and I'm with my wife 14 years. I'm also in the business area 14 years, okay? So the thing is, a lot of people ask me, like, how can you be 14 years, almost half of your life with the same person, and how can you do like the same thing like all the time? You know, it's not actually all the time, but you know, how can you focus on one thing? And here is the thing. The more you have FOMO in your life, fear of missing out, the more unhappy and unsuccessful you will be. Because if you say, I want to be with 200 women because there is a FOMO, okay? I don't want to miss out the opportunities and the experience and so on and so on. And I don't want to, I don't know, waste the opportunity of that opportunity in that business and that business and that business opportunity. You know, there is a lot of opportunities. You need eventually to work on something, you know, to work on something, to invest in something, to be to build your empire. And to build empires and family and like long lasting things, that bring you very high value at the end and brings you very much joy, and they're worth it more than these short-term temptations and all of this stuff. So this is like the question, the philosophical question to you is, if you have FOMO in your life, what is it take to finish the FOMO? Okay, to not feel the FOMO anymore. And if the answer is nothing will end this FOMO fear, you need to rethink what this FOMO feeling is sitting on. Okay, because startup is a lot of time to invest and money and resources. Also businesses. Everything good you will do in your life should have deep focus and should have your presence in it. And you cannot be in the essence of FOMO. So ask this question, what it takes to remove this FOMO from your life. Okay? And and this answer can show you like what is your focus in life. Okay? And it's very, very important to know where your focus, because energy flows where focus goes. This is to sum it up. Yeah, that's it.
Ori, thank you. That's a big one. That's a big one. I like this one. I have a lot of history with FOMO. I like so many things. I need to be.
We live in an era of FOMO, you know.
Damn. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
AI period. So, yeah.
Now it just gets worse now.
Yeah, it gets worse and worse and worse, and as long as we moving forward in the timeline of humanity, the FOMO will get stronger and harsh, and it will be very vicious. And you need to consciously know that the tech companies want to create a FOMO inside you to manipulate you. Okay, so this is without conspiracy, but this is the actual reality. Everybody has FOMO, so you just need to be conscious about it and to understand that if it's not goes away, there is something fundamentally like, I don't say problematic, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to rethink about it. Why is it like that? You know? That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ori, thank you very much. To our viewers, so you have one more episode which we shot before this one, and we'll be putting a link in the description to that one. In the other link, we have been discussing some related topics to this one. So if you liked this one, and I guess you did if you watched until the end, so you should probably check out this other episode. And Ori, besides that other episode, and you're so freaking tired, man, I can see that. You should have been in bed like 3 hours ago by your regular schedule.
Yeah, I'm not a night guy, you know.
And tomorrow you're moving a country. I respect that. I respect that, man. That's an honor. That's an honor. You spent the night with me now. It's your almost last night in
Georgia. Yeah.
So, if people want to get a bit more from you, where can they catch up with you?
My Facebook page, Ori Yadgar. That's one option. And check out adfast.app. www.adfast.app. We will probably be live on 7th of January, and you could use Adfast to launch your Google Ads campaigns with only one URL and one click. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
See ya.